So friends, we are going to understand what does an FX carry trade means. So imagine you have the luxury of borrowing in a currency which has a very low interest rate and investing in a currency which has a very high interest rate. What you do is basically try to exploit this kind of an opportunity and you try to gain from the difference in the interest rates. But as we know that interest rate difference is basically the reflection of the FX difference basically. So let's take an example over here. So first we understand when do we do a FX carry trade. So when you assume that the investing currency will appreciate or your funding currency, basically the currency in your borrowing, will depreciate. Why? Because it's logical. The currency in which you invest, if it appreciates, you will benefit. Okay, let's take that as a given. Now what is the FX carry trade? As I explained, in FX carry trade you borrow in a low interest rate currency and invest in a high interest rate currency. Why does a person enter into FX carry trade? It's a cheap source of funding. As I said, you get a lot of money at a very low interest rate. Gain from your vision of FX movement. Now suppose you're an FX trader in not really any other asset class you are really interested in, but you're a FX trader, you have a good vision of FX and you want to really benefit from that. You can actually take a loan from your country. Suppose you're residing in USD, you take a loan at 1%, you invest in India where you get 8% or 7.5%. You have the vision that the FX movement is going to be in your favor. From that vision you basically try to gain from the positions. Okay, there's one big risk that the FX carry trade carries. It is the funding currency appreciates. Now this is a very tricky thing and a lot of students have a problem in understanding this. We'll take this with an example. So let's take a transaction where I have borrowed 1 million USD for 1 year at 1%, and at that time the USD INR was 70. So for 1 USD I would get 70 INR, and since there was a 1% interest rate on this 1 million, on maturity I'll have to pay 1.01 million because 0.01 million will be the interest. And I take that 1 million which I have borrowed from this bank and I come to India and I invest it in India at, obviously the rate is still 70, we are assuming that we are doing it on the same day. And in India, for that 1 million, I will get 70 million, obviously, because the rate is 70 million. And in India, I will also get an interest rate of 7%. So at the end of 1 year, I'll have to pay, I'll get 4.9 million as the interest because I've invested in India. So 4.9 million will be the interest. It is 7% of 70 million. And total at the end of 1 year, I'll get 74.9 million rupee. This is 74.9 million rupee. Now let's take two scenarios. On maturity, two scenarios are possible. Scenario 1, the INR USD rate moves to 75, wherein the USD has appreciated, right? Because now you get more INR for the same number of USDs, so the USD has appreciated. So the amount, your maturity amount 74.9 million, which you are going to repay to the US bank, when converted at 75, will become 0.99 million USD. This one will become 0.99 million USD. It's simple. It's basically 74.9 divided by 75. It will become 0.99 million dollar. So clearly a loss. Why it's a loss? Because you have to repay to the bank 1.01 million. 1 million is the principal, 0.01 is the interest. How much are you getting from India? 0.99 million. Let's go to scenario 2. Now the USD INR rate is 60, wherein the INR, the investing currency, has appreciated. So your 74.9 million INR at 60 now becomes 1.14 million dollar. Here is a clear profit. You're getting 1.14 and you have to pay 1.01. Clear profit of $0.13 million. I hope that was a good session, a small one, my first video. Thank you.